Okay, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to describe how to evaluate the reciprocal trig functions at special angles. Recall, cosecant is defined as 1 over the sine. It's a reciprocal trig function. So my first step of doing this evaluation is to convert the cosecant question into 1 over a sine question, 1 over sine of negative pi over 4. Okay, this is going to be 1 over a plus or minus sine of positive pi over 4. And we're going to figure out whether to put a plus or a minus based on the quadrant that we're in. Okay, so I'll just grab that special triangle. So this is the one where the angles are the same, pi over 4, 1, 1, 2. So sine of pi over 4 is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, so 1 over root 2. So we'll have 1 divided by plus or minus 1 over root 2. And that will be 1 divided by plus or minus 1 over root 2. Dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So this becomes plus or minus root 2. Okay, we have to figure out whether it's a plus or a minus. So let's figure that out. Here's our 0. A negative angle means clockwise. So we're headed down 45 degrees. So we're here. That is the C quadrant. Sine is negative. So these become minuses. Negative, 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 negative. So negative root 2 is our answer. Okay, next one, cos of 11 pi over 6, or cotan of 11 pi over 6, cotan of x is defined as 1 over the tan of x. So my first step is to do this, to say cotan of 11 pi over 6 is 1 over the tan of 11 pi over 6. And then notice that 11 pi over 6 is a fully reduced fraction, so we can next say that this is the same thing as 1 over plus or minus, depending on the quadrant, the tan of pi over 6. Okay, I'm going to do the quadrant part first. So I'm going to make that spiral diagram 11 pi over 6. Pi over 6 is equal to 30 degrees. So we're going to go 11 times 30 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 30 is 180, so we're pointing straight to the left. Then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are in the C quadrant. Now, if you're comfortable, you don't have to draw the diagram. You can do the 11 times 30, 330 degrees, and then figure out where that is. Is it larger than 270 and less than 360? If it is, then it's in the C quadrant. Okay, so in the C quadrant, 10 is negative. So we're going to have a minus up here. One over negative. Now we need the other special triangle. Pi by 3, pi by 6, 1, 2, root 3. Okay, so tan of pi over 6 is opposite over adjacent. So the opposite is 1, adjacent is root 3. So 1 over root 3, we get 1 over negative 1 over root 3. We have another division by a fraction. So 1 divided by negative 1 over root 3. Dividing by a fraction is again the same thing as multiplying the reciprocal by the reciprocal. So just negative root 3. So there's a bit of work to these, and by no means is this the only way that you can solve problems like this. If you're more comfortable, you can use the double angle form. You use the sum formulas, the cos of a plus b, or sine of a plus b, or tan of a plus b formulas. If you prefer those, if you've already learned a method in high school that you remember and you're comfortable with, just use that. If you do not learn a method, or the method that you learn you hate or you're not comfortable with, I strongly recommend the method I'm showing here. And I'll continue in the next video.